Hello? Hello?
And welcome to Take Two Radio. I'm Pam, your host, and joining me tonight as my co-host is David. Hello, David.
Hi, Pam. Are you as cold as I am this evening?
No, actually it was 52 degrees today, but in the next few days we're going to only be a high of like 18 degrees if that, so I'll be with you soon. So, and not to keep our guest waiting because he is on the phone right now, let's welcome actor, director, producer, and author, Joe Estevez. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, Pam, and thanks for that most marvelous introduction.
I was hoping I didn't miss anything. I did cover it all, right?
Yes, you did, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like ballerina or dancer or anything like that, right?
Although I have tried that a time or two, but...
Have you?
Oh, my goodness. You mean most people haven't? Yeah.
Well, I know I tried it, but I'm not sure how many others have, so... Well, we thank you for taking time to join us today, and we hope that everything is going good with you because we know you had to reschedule due to not feeling well.
Yeah, but thank God I'm 100% recovered, and my apologies for that. That just came. I was working in. I was in D.C. working, and I got sick there and came right back and. Was in the hospital for a little bit. But boy, you don't know what life has in store for you, but it just makes you feel so much better just to be healthy.
Definitely. And as I tell my children when they fall down and get a boo-boo, don't do that again, okay?
Yeah. It hurts. Yeah. And you folks are on the first story on all the news. I mean, the weather that's coming through Colorado there, that's pretty early in the year for this type of weather, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume so, and hopefully they don't bring it to Chicago. I mean, we're supposed to get cold, but I don't know about any snow. I have to listen to the news to see what's going on. But no, I'm not ready for anything. Pardon?
Are you from Chicago?
I'm in Chicago, and I've lived here all my life.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Like we were talking off air, Chicago really is. It's one of my favorite cities. It seems I work there at least once a year for the last 15 or 20 years. You got an actor lives there by the name of Bobby Zadar, Tango and Cash, Maniac Cop. I don't know if you recognize that name, but he's from Chicago. He lives there now. Works
I'll have to look him up because I used to watch Tango and Cash and stuff like that. So, a lot of times I'll know faces, but I don't know names or vice versa.
Well, Bobby Zadar is famous for his face. I mean, it's really one of a kind, but that's
There you go. There you go. Once I look it up, I'll say, yes, I know exactly who that is.
Right.
Well, let's start out with a little background on you. From what I read, you were actually only 6 years old when you started acting, and you were in a Christmas play?
Yeah, in parochial school every year they do the Christmas play, and I was cast as the evil innkeeper, and already... I was jealous because I wanted to be cast in the role of Joseph.
Oh.
But they cast me as the evil innkeeper, and my first line on stage was, "No, you cannot stay in the inn. Go stay in the barn."
Yeah, you were the mean one.
Yes. But But I guess I got the bug from there, But yeah.
Yeah, you continued on. I mean, you've done an astounding amount of movies and television and videos and theater, and I mean, going through your IMDb, your eyes are just popping open like so much. You're just busy all the time.
Yeah, I have that kind of factory mentality. I was raised to be a factory worker. I think all my brothers were, which was a good thing back in the day. You can make a good living in the factory, and I still have that mentality, in that I like to get up and I like to go to work. And maybe there's in retrospect, maybe there's some jobs that maybe I should not have done, but I just like to keep busy. I like to keep working.
Yeah, I would imagine that all actors probably go through that every now and again. You think something is really great, and then you do it, and it's not so much. But there's more good than bad, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, and even in not so good movies, still you can do good work, and you can bring something to it. So.
Yeah, you should always do your best. I mean, that's what our parents always taught us, always do your best no matter what it is.
Absolutely, yeah. But,
now, do you remember what your first professional acting job was?
First professional screen acting gig was a TV movie called Pretty Boy Floyd, which I played Pretty Boy Floyd's brother. And and my brother, by happenstance, played Pretty Boy, but I auditioned for it, and they cast me for the role. I think it had a little bit to do with me looking like him, But,
maybe.
That was, but that was, that was 1974. But I had done quite a bit of stage before that. I always considered myself a stage actor until I got an opportunity to work in film, and there's certain things that you can say as an actor in films that you can't say in a stage play. With just the wink of the eye or the turn of the head or a sigh. It communicates volumes in films, but on stage it just doesn't read. But I still love stage, but film was such a marvelous art form.
Do you have a favorite play that you did on stage?
Gosh. Well, I one thing I'm very proud of, I reopened the Pasadena Playhouse out here with a play called Echoes. And it's a two-character play. It's by R. Richard Nash. And the play itself, I didn't know this at the time, and I'm glad I didn't, because it played one day on Broadway. And it closed after 1 day to horrendous reviews. So why the producer of the Pasadena Playhouse wanted to open the Playhouse with that play, I have no idea. But it's a two-character drama that takes place in another world, almost like an insane asylum, but it's not. It's like a bad dream. I thought it was a fascinating play. And I'm still very, very, very proud of it. When I auditioned for it, and they auditioned just everybody, and they cast me out of 400 actors, and I kind of, it kind of gave me the sense that I'm in the right place. This is what I. This is what I. So I think if there's a favorite, that's my favorite.
Well, it definitely sounds interesting. I love going to plays, and that would be one that I'd be interested in seeing. So if you ever travel with it, let me know.
Okay. I'm just talking. I wrote two plays, one of which Ed Asner and I were doing a short film with called Pizza Man. We're going to shoot it in February. Just a short two-character piece, but I wrote two one-act plays, one called Pizza Man and another called Hobos. My wife helped me write both of them. But anyway, I think we're going to open them at the Cleveland Players in Cleveland, Ohio, sometime next summer. So that's going to be fun. It's always good to get back to the stage. You know, so maybe you could travel from Chicago to Cleveland, eh?
Yeah, I might be able to. We'll see what happens next summer. I'll keep in touch and find out when it's going to be, and I'll try to get out there because I just absolutely love plays, and I tried to pass that on to my children as well and taking them to plays, and they enjoy them too now as adults.
Yeah.
There's just nothing like it.
Your children you have such a young voice. I thought you were in your 20s by your voice.
Yeah, I am, but don't tell anybody, you know. I just started early.
All right. Just turned 22 just the other day, Joe.
Yeah, right.
22. All right. I'm here, babe.
I always say I'm eternally 30. I don't know why I chose that number. Everybody chooses 39, but I chose 30. So that's what I'm going to be.
Okay, and I will. And when I think of you, Pam, I'll always think of you as 30.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I have 4 children. The youngest is 17, and the oldest is 28. So.
Wow. So congratulations to you. You've gotten through those difficult teenage years. So anybody at home still besides the 17-year-old?
My daughter, yes. My daughter's home. She's 20, gosh, I always have to think, 23, because her and my other son are only 14 months apart, so she's 23.
Oh, wow.
So,
I'm not telling you anything, that it is tough for children out there now. Just finding a decent occupation and making a decent wage. I really feel I feel bad for the kids now. It's tough getting started out there now.
Definitely, and it doesn't even matter how much education you have either. I mean, it's just really bad. I mean, thankfully things are starting to turn around, but it's not quite there yet like it used to be.
Yeah. It's and there's just so many people that are after the same job that
right.
Well, the competition is just wow.
Yeah, that's for sure. And you'd know that as an actor as well. I mean, there's so many actors out there trying to get a job in this day and age, and even back when, I'm sure that hasn't changed.
It's funny. I'm always hired and I'm always laid off and unemployed. It's incredible. I mean, how many, I guess with stage and films and everything, I've had, over 300 jobs. I mean,
Hell yeah.
So where I fill out my W-2, and then I get laid off. But it's a way of life. I've been very fortunate. I think I seem to stumble from one job to another, and it's been as an actor, I've been very lucky. I stay, and still, at my age, I'm still staying pretty busy. So, I'm incredibly blessed,
David, I think you had some questions. Why don't you go ahead and ask?
What? Oh, yeah. I had some. Joe, I got to tell you, I had nightmares just looking out on the trailer for Axe Giant.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
Can you tell me who's in that great title role, and what are your experiences working on that?
Yeah, well, the Axe Giant, the guy that had the title role is actually a gentleman, and his name, I'm sorry, it escapes me right now, but that was the first movie that he did. And I met him when I was in Cleveland last fall. I was inducted into the Independent Filmmakers Hall of Fame. Thank you very much. I'm doing a little bragging there. But while I was there, the gentleman who played the Axe Giant came up, and that's the first time that I met him. And he's just a very humble, very sweet man. And he's really a giant. I mean, he's like 6'7", 6'8", and very brawny. But I thought in that movie, and I don't think that was so much a horror movie. I thought it was kind of